Hey YouTube, we are back again this week for another video portion of the Daly Dose Sports Podcast. Hope everyone out there is doing well. Hope you're all staying healthy. This week on the Daly Dose YouTube video, yes, Election Day took place yesterday. We're actually going to discuss that a little bit today on the podcast. I know it's a sports show. Trust me, we're going to tie it back to sports, but I have some ideas for our future going forward in this weird world of politics. So let's go ahead and jump into the show right now. We actually haven't started yet. Probably to get that going here right now. Wednesday, November 4th, 2020, you are listening to the Daly Dose Sports Podcast, and I am your host, Clint Daly, coming to you from the Mile High City here in Denver, Colorado, and we are back for another week of talking sports with a dose of common sense. Hey, happy Wednesday to you. Hope your week is going well. Hope your week is off to a strong start. Hope that you and your family and your friends are staying healthy physically as well as mentally. We are happy to have you here with us today. And kids, the sun did come up today. Like, I'm not sure what the day is going to bring, but the sun did rise. And I do think we were all kind of wondering if on this Wednesday that was going to happen. Let's all take a minute and thank God that at least the sun came up today, right? Of course, the United States presidential election took place yesterday, and we all got the opportunity in this great country to vote, well, for either the idiot or for the imbecile. And what is always truly amazing for me to watch, at least for me as an independent voter, is just watching each side clinging to their person. Because as an independent, I kind of look at both sides and I say, well, I like this about you, but I think you're stupid on this. And I look at this side and I say, well, I like this about you, but I think you're stupid on that. What's funny to me is to watch both sides clinging to their moron like he is the most amazing candidate in the history of politics, despite the fact that if given the choice, none of us would pick either one of these two windbags. I mean, think about this. If we just lined up the best and brightest people in this country, the people who could come up with the best plans for the progression of the country, the people who could come up with the best plans for how to feed people, how to house people, how to keep people working, how to keep people healthy, how to keep people educated. The idiot and the imbecile, they're probably not cracking the top 5, maybe even 10 million, let alone the top 2. But over the past month and over the past year, everyone is acting like these two morons are each the only possible hope for our country. I'm telling you right now, if the idiot gets in, this country is over. You had better vote for the imbecile so that he can lead us to new heights of stupidity, I guess. I don't know. You know, I have actually had people, friends, close acquaintances, friends I know, and sometimes even family members who have posted things on social media that say things like this. If you vote for this person, then we're no longer friends. Feel free to defriend me, because if you vote for that, there's no way we can be friends anymore. Really? Glad to see you're doing so well emotionally and mentally. You know, I keep saying it on the podcast like every week. I say, hope you're doing well physically as well as mentally, because in this weird time, kind of seems like the mental side is what is kind of getting to so many people. And when you're saying things like that, I mean, I know your kids, we're friends, we work together, we broke bread together, like you have hung out with me and my family. We can't be friends anymore if I vote one way over the way you think is best? So the election is now over. The votes have been cast. Can we go back to being friends now? Or is that done? Like, are we just cut off? Is our relationship just now over? Man, it's not a good sign, is it? I'm genuinely concerned because I'm seeing a lot of posts like that. That is not the thinking of a rational person. Here's the thing. Because, you know, as usual, we're going to relate this back to sports. I think going forward, no matter who wins this and whatever happens, you kind of have to look at this through the lens of sports. Here's the thing. when you have a team, you have a coaching staff, maybe even just fans coming together, you put all those differences aside and you say, hey, we're all on the same team, right? You say, I realize you might come from a different background than I do, different race, different religion, different whatever. But we are on the same team. We're going to have to figure out ways to get along. The biggest thing I think I take from this election process, no matter who wins, no matter if the person you wanted to win or the person they wanted to win, whatever, we have got to figure out a way to get along, because at the end of the day, we are all on the same team, right? I mean, we all do still live in the same country. And I think at the end of the day, we do have to kind of look at this and say, hey, you know what? No matter who gets elected, no matter who gets in, let's just do this. Let's just be nice to each other. Let's just follow the old golden rule, treat each other as you'd want to be treated. And I think a lot of this stuff will kind of take care of itself. Hopefully, your candidate won. Whether you voted for the idiot or the imbecile, hopefully you got your way and you're feeling good. But if you didn't, just try this. Just try being nice to the person next to you. Try being nice to your neighbor, because they're still going to be there after this is all finished. We all want the same things in life. We want what's best for our generation. We want what's best for our future generations. You know, I'm actually going to go out on a limb today and say, no matter who got elected, just being nice to each other probably going to be the best remedy for what is going on in our world today. After that, I mean, good luck with the idiot or the imbecile. Hopefully, we can just keep that person in a quiet room with a lot of medication and keep their harmful stupidity to a minimum. Okay, YouTube, make sure that you go out and you check out the rest of the podcast. This week on the show, we are actually talking some sports. We need to discuss a few things coming out in the world of college football. Which conferences have the best chance to make the college football playoff, and who is looking like they might get left out in the cold? Plus, we are talking some NFL, and we are noticing a trend in the league. Hey, if you wanted to make some money in sports betting, listening to the Daly Dose Sports Podcast today just might help you out there. Then, we are going to be joined by a friend of the show to recap the 2020 Major League Baseball season, and I am going to turn the controls of the show over to our guest and let him ask me some questions, put me on the hot seat. So make sure you go over and check out the full podcast. I will leave a link here for you on YouTube. Hope you all are doing well. Hope whoever you voted for won or whatever. And I hope that more than anything, we're going to actually be nice to each other. Hey, I'll see you all next Wednesday. Have a great week.